Welcome back, and Kaide Lion is standing by to tell us how Justin Gatlin braced that tape ahead of Bolt. Kaide.
Welcome now to sports news. Justin Gatlin has stunned Usain Bolt to win 100 meters gold at the IAAF World Championships in London. Running in lane 8, Gatlin was behind his compatriot Chris Coleman from the blocks, but wore down the margin in the final 20 meters to take his first major title since 2005. Bolt, who retires after next week's 4x100 meters relay, was third in 9.95 seconds.
Well, was it Gatlin in lane number 8? Was it Coleman in lane number 5? The crowd drops. Justin Gatlin, with a time of 9.92 seconds, is the world champion here in London. The 5th fastest of all time at 9.74 seconds. The American athlete out of lane.
Dramatic moment there. New king bows to the old king. Now, Nigeria's Blessing Oghagbare Igoteguano recovered from a bad start to qualify for the semi-finals of the women's 100 meters. The Nigerian champion finished the race in 11.22 seconds behind America's Tori Bowie, who posted 11.05 seconds.
So a clean start and a good start by Bowie and Henry from Great Britain in lane number 2. But Tori Bowie, the 26-year-old American, she'll take the victory. Oghagbare will go through in second. 11.05 seconds for the American.
Meanwhile, a tougher challenge awaits her in the semi-finals on Sunday, as she has been drawn against current African champion Muriel Ahuri. Britain's Asha Phillips, America's Tori Bowie, and Michelle Lee are here from Trinidad and Tobago. Other Nigerians in action on Sunday are Yinka Ajayi, Patience Okon George, and Margaret Bangbushe in the 400 meters heats. Meanwhile, world champion Mo Farah is confident he will overcome a leg injury to defend his 5,000 meters world title after winning the toughest race of his life to retain his 10,000 meters title. On his way to victory, the Briton was tripped and almost fell twice, but handled the pressure to win the first medal of the 2017 World Championships in thrilling fashion at London Stadium. After the race, Farah confirmed he hurt his leg and will need a few stitches to be fine. The 5,000 meters, which begins with the heats on Wednesday, is Farah's final track event before switching to the marathon. And despite his ineligibility for the League One season opener against Amiens, Neymar was introduced to PSG fans at Parc des Princes on Saturday. French DJ Martin Solveig sets the tone for the party atmosphere with a pre-match set as supporters took their seats waiting for a glimpse of the 222 million euros man. And they finally got it just over an hour before kickoff, as Neymar followed chairman and CEO Nasser Al-Khelaifi onto the pitch with fireworks going off as he emerged. The 25-year-old rounded off proceedings with a lap of honor after thanking the fans for a magnificent welcome. And that's all on sports news. Gimba Umar is back in just a moment. Stay with us.
The United Nations Security Council has agreed on fresh sanctions against North Korea over its missile program. A resolution banning North Korea's exports and limiting investment in the country was passed unanimously. Only last month, Pyongyang tested 2 intercontinental ballistic missiles, claiming the entire U.S. is now within its striking range. However, experts doubt the capability of the missiles to hit their target. The tests were widely condemned by South Korea, Japan and the US and prompted the drifting of the new United Nations sanctions. Earlier this year, China suspended imports of coal to increase pressure on Pyongyang. However, repeated sanctions have so far failed to deter North Korea from continuing with its missile development. Venezuela's new Constituent Assembly has dismissed Chief Prosecutor Luisa Ortega during its first day of work. Ortega, a vocal critic of left-wing President Nicolas Maduro, had opposed the Assembly's inauguration on Friday, citing allegations of voter fraud. Earlier, security forces had surrounded her office in the capital Caracas, preventing her from entering. President Maduro says that the new body is needed to bring peace after months of protests sparked by severe economic hardship. Rwanda's President Paul Kagame has won the third term in office by a landslide. The country's electoral commission says that partial results of yesterday's election gave him 98% of the votes. Mr. Kagame's supporters, who say that he has brought stability and economic development after the horrors of the 1994 genocide, began celebrating before the announcement. But critics, most of whom are outside the country, say that he rules through fear. After his victory, Mr. Kagame has vowed to keep up the country's economic growth. The president, who has been in power for the past 17 years now, was challenged by Frank Habineza from the Democratic Green Party and Philip Mpayimana, an independent. And the main news again. Former governors Balarabe Musa of Kaduna and Segun Mimiko of Ondo State today joined a call for restructuring of the Nigerian democracy. They are also advocating for the practice of true federalism. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps today arrested 14 suspected transporter human traffickers in Rivers, 4 young men and 10 women, some of them from Togo. Also today, the United Nations Security Council supported fresh sanctions against North Korea over its missile program. And that's how it's been on the news at 10 tonight. I want to thank you so much indeed for being a part of it. Have a splendid night, folks, and good night. Bye.